And happy Friday, January 31st. Once again, Romans chapter 1, verses 9 to 15. For God, whom I serve in my spirit in the preaching of the gospel of his Son, is my witness as to how unceasingly I make mention of you, always in my prayers, and making request, if perhaps now at last by the will of God I may succeed in coming to you. For I long to see you, in order that I may impart some spiritual gift to you, that you may be established. That is, that I may be encouraged together with you while among you, each of us by the other's faith, both yours and mine. And I do not want you to be unaware, brethren, that I often have planned to come to you and have been prevented thus far, in order that I might obtain some fruit among you also, even as among the rest of the Gentiles. I am under obligation both to Greeks and to barbarians, both to the wise and to the foolish. Thus, for my part, I am eager to preach the gospel to you also who are in Rome. God has sent me to you, is what Paul is saying. Paul is letting them know, I'm coming and God is sending me. I can look back over 42 years since God called me to ministry and see how God has directed my life and the steps of ministry. I can also see how I have gotten ahead of God or have gotten off track altogether. See, if we'll pray and wait, God will give direction and make provision in our lives for that direction. See, I love to tell the story of how we got to Surf City. My family was just finishing a vacation to the beach somewhere. Some beach somewhere. My son Eli enjoyed himself at 5 years old so much that on the way home he asked, "Can we move to the beach?" Well, I answered pretty quickly, "No, son, we live in the mountains." Well, it was about a year later that we moved to Surf City. I think the boy was praying. See, when Paul finally gets to Rome, the people will know that God has sent him and made provision for him to be there. When we look at how God works to accomplish his will in and for our lives, we have a great testimony to share of how God is faithful. Seeing God's faithfulness builds faith in all of us. Whew. See you next week.